All right. You need to watch this video to learn how to do the color blending for the color blending section on your color theory worksheet. So if we read the directions, it says we're going to use the colored pencils to change colors gradually in the boxes below. This one is going to go from yellow to orange to red, and the other one is going to go from white to light blue to blue. So let's start with yellow to orange to red. You need to start by collecting some colors. We can go with the yellow, a yellow-orange, an orange, a red-orange, and a red. Find colors that are similar in your bucket and you're ready to begin. So I'm going to start with the yellow over here on the left, and I'm going to use some light pressure and try not to have my stroke lines be visible. Remember, our goal when we're using our colored pencils is to hide the evidence of the media, which means we're hiding our stroke lines and making it so that people look at this and they're like, wow, how did they do that? So I'm going to gently tone in about a third of this with the yellow. Now, the next one I'm going to use is this light kind of yellowy orange. And I will start by going over about half of what I did with the yellow, and then I will pull it out into some of the white paper where there's no colored pencil yet. Now, colored pencils are really cool because you can layer the colors on top of each other and you'll be able to see through, so you can make your own kind of sophisticated colors. And in your project, you're going to be needing to change value from light to dark and color to color, so this is a good opportunity for you to practice that. Next, I'm going to go with an orange and do the same kind of thing with an orange. The orange, I go over the area that I did with the yellow-orange, and then I'm going a little bit into the area that doesn't have any colored pencil. I'm shading with the side of the pencil because that helps it not to make lines. When you go straight up and down with the colored pencil, that's when you really start to get the lines. Now I'm using kind of a red-orangey color. And again, we all have different colors in the colored pencil boxes, and there's a lot of colors, like there's a lot of choices that will work for each one of these, so you need to look visually at the colored pencils and, test them out over here and say, oh, okay, this one will work. Like, oh, that one's not gonna work, that's not the right color, right? So you're testing the colored pencils before you use them and making sure that they work out rather than just trusting that the color that the manufacturer said it is actually visually the color that you want. Okay, so this is transitioning pretty nicely, but what we need is another coat of everything. So I'm going to start with my little yellow here and go over one more because I want it to be nice and bright and really thoroughly covered. I'm trying to hide the color, so I'm using a little bit darker pressure now to fill in some of the light spaces. And then I'll go in here with the yellow-orange and go in and tone in the same area that I did with the yellow-orange before. I'm using my orange. And you have to look at it and try to get it to blend, okay? It won't just blend on its own. You have to try to get it to blend. Switch to the red-orange. I just want to make sure that my colors look deliberate and lovely as I can make them be. And true and even, and have them gently transition or change from color to color. Okay, so this is a transitioning hue. So the hues are changing from yellow to red, so the colors actually change. In the next box down here, we're going to be changing a different property of color. So rather than changing the hue, we're going to be changing the value. So we're going to go from light to light blue to blue. And so that changes the value property of the color. In your project, you're either going to be doing this or you're going to be doing this. You might be doing a little bit of both. So I have already collected here, whoops, that's a purple, I don't want that. A white, a light blue, a medium blue, and then a dark blue. So we'll do the same thing starting over here on the left with the white, using the side of the pencil to tone it in. And I know that you can't really see what you're doing, but I promise that it matters because it'll look a little bit different when we move over to this light blue. in. I'm just kind of going back and forth, but again, using really the side of the colored pencil helps it to blend in. Just the way that the colored pencils work together, that's just how you get them to blend together. You're just kind of using it on the side. Using light pressure, go a little bit further because I know I need to get all the way to the dark blue. Alright, and then now I'm going to hit it with the dark blue. And you might have like a nice dark navy blue if you want to try that over on the other end. You're welcome to do that. I didn't have one of those in my little sample colored pencil set over here, so I'm just going to stop at blue, but you're welcome to go all the way to like a really, really deep blue. And that's fine. Okay, so we get all the way to blue, and we're just, again, remember to layer them on top of each other, so literally color with the colored pencil on top of the other colored pencil. So the white, and white can go on top of all of the colored pencils. If you push hard with the white on top, it can lighten and smooth and blend your colored pencils. It's a pretty cool trick for making your colors look smoother and more blended when you're using them. So then we're just doing the same thing where we go back over it with the same colors that we used already. Go. Okay, so gently it changes from white all the way to this dark blue.